All right, Vestas. All right, Vestas. All right. Oh, it's Thursday, February the 19th. February the 19th, and we're about to begin in 30 seconds. February the 19th at 5:45. You're catching the Vestas 5:45 live. All right, somebody already came into the room. Just got the notification. Hey, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, got my line up. Got my line up. Let's see here. All right, if you can hear me, put something in the chat. If you can see me, put something in the chat. And then we're about to begin. Because I already got my lineup. I got my notes, my drink, and my vest. And we're going to begin. Let's see here. Hey, hey, how you doing, Justy? Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Second in the... Hey, what's up, Trent? How you doing? Love you. Hey, thank you so much. Hey, how you doing? Something. All right, can't wait to hear this. All right, we're going to go ahead and begin. Hey, if y'all don't know, I operate on military time. So let me go ahead and say thank you so much. Shows my appreciation. And I'm about to begin this live. All right, so here are my quitters for the day. February the 19th. At 5:45, Vestas Live. All right. So we know that Dylan Gabriel... Hey, Grim Creeper, he said out here. Hey, so we already heard about the rumors that Dylan Gabriel may be going to Atlanta. But guess what the latest rumor is about who may be going to Atlanta? I don't want to mess up his name, but his name is Tua. Everybody know him as Tua. Now, why Tua may be going to Atlanta? Remember we talked about Michael Penix was a left-handed quarterback. Dylan Gabriel should be an okay fit, I guess, in Atlanta with Kevin Stefanski because he's a left-handed quarterback. But guess who else is left-handed quarterback? And that's why a lot of people are thinking that Tua may go to Atlanta. Tua is a left-handed quarterback. Now, do I see some success there? I'm not sure. We know that Tua has medical issues that has really declined and impacted his play. Now, we also know Dylan Gabriel is a very limited quarterback. And then we also know that Michael Penix is coming off an ACL injury. And I didn't know that was his third injury. Third injury in the NFL. Now, do I see Dylan Gabriel being 2 in that situation or 1? No. But if they're going to keep Michael Penix, if they're going to keep Tua, bring Tua in, I don't know. But guess what, Vestas? This is what I'm getting at. I don't think Kevin Stefanski is in the best situation that we thought he may looked up to be. What are you talking about, Tony Vested Up? Okay, I'm going to get to it. So he's leaving the Cleveland Browns, who has a history of a losing record. Now he went to Atlanta Falcons, where we think that, of course, he's getting a better facility, better training staff. They got all A's across the board. I checked the report card today. They actually have B. They have a couple B's. And I was like, who is messing with the report cards? The Atlanta Falcons, now, if you see my last 2 live, they have B and a B plus in one of those categories for this year. But okay, it's still not bad. So I'm like, Kevin Stefanski is inheriting this diamond with the Atlanta Falcons. But then I started thinking about it. He may be inheriting a good offense, a good defense. We heard about the player last week with the pro basketball young lady. He was a first-round draft last year. Lost all the guarantee money. Of course, I think he may still be behind bars. So Kevin Stefanski had to address that last week. I forgot the player's name, but I'm pretty sure y'all heard about the news article. So Kevin Stefanski has had to deal with that issue. Now, what I know about the Atlanta Falcons, because I'm from Georgia, the Atlanta Falcons, if you don't know, they built the new stadium on top of a Black famous graveyard. Now, Raheem Morrison did have some success with the Atlanta Falcons last year because we know their record was 8-9. But with Kevin Stefanski going to Atlanta Falcons, I don't care what it looks like. I don't care if it's a new building. I don't care if they had, and they did have one of the top defenses. So we should see what they look like this year because the DC did stay there. But Kevin Stefanski bringing that karma with him to Atlanta, and Atlanta already has some spiritual karma that is dealing with because that stadium is on top of that graveyard. I don't think Kevin Stefanski, I think he probably winded up leaving what they call it, the pot going into the pan or the frying pan, the skillet, all you know exactly what I'm talking about. I don't think Kevin Stefanski is winding up in one of those cushion jobs that we think he will or he did wind up with, but we shall see. But y'all keep watching. But so Dylan, the rumor regarding Dylan Gabriel going to the Atlanta Falcons, that's still out there. So it has some legs. Now the rumor is that Tua may go to Atlanta. If that's the case, that means Kevin Stefanski has all three quarterbacks left-handed. Tommy Rees should have a ball. If that's the case, but we shall see. All right, so that's one of my first hitters. My second hitter, what has Jalen Hurts done to anyone? What has Jalen Hurts? Yes, I'm talking about Jalen Hurts, the one that won the Super Bowl last year. Now, I'm bringing this up for several reasons. Shedeursanders, remember the Philadelphia Eagles wanted to draft Shedeursanders. We know that has came out. Why has Debo and Joe reported that the Philadelphia Eagles hate Jalen Hurts? If you don't believe me, hold on. And you know I got to play a clip. I got to play a clip from Debo and Joe every day. This is a small clip. And Debo says he knows exactly why the Philadelphia Eagles hate their Super Bowl quarterback. Hold on. Here it is right here. I already got it queued up.
Yeah, stop the run. Nah, we got 12 picks, though. We got 5 of those picks in the first 100. It's 21, 53, 76, 85, and 99. Yeah. Number one is a quarterback, but we're not going to get that because we're picking at 21. Yeah.
Hold on. Wrong video queued up. 1 second. And you're not going to believe why they say they know why Jalen Hurts is hated by the Philadelphia Eagles. Oh. You know what? I have watched too many of their clips today. Here we go.
Already thinking it again. You tell me what. Tell you something, Debo is the most hated player in the NFL according to a data. It's my time, real quick. Jalen Hurts, they're saying right now, is the most hated player in the NFL according to a data analyst by some website, Vegas Insider. According to the fans, he got a hate score of 10 out of 10, bro. Like you can't get no stronger negative reaction from the fans. Why?
So let me pause so I don't get copyright too much. They saying that the fans have rated, the Philadelphia Eagles fans have rated Jalen Hurts a 10 out of 10. They hate this man this much. Watch the reason why. Listen to the reason why.
Do you think Hurts got a 10 out of 10, bro? Number one. I don't tell you why. I know why. Go ahead. You tell me what you think. Oh, it ain't no thing. I 100% know why. Why? The most hated by the fans. Okay, so Philadelphia fans, I can't stand them. They are the worst behaved, mannered, talking fans in the world, bro. That's the first time I ever came through, man. These people was throwing, not eggs, bro. They're throwing batteries at the bus, bro. Yeah, it's not safe in that stadium. I told my old lady, man, don't come in here wearing nothing. Just come in there joint with normal clothes. Come in there natural. Neutral, you just coming in here because you just like the football atmosphere. Bro, when it was folks and we would play up there, people would not wear Steeler gear. They would literally fight you in the stands, bro. Jump you. That's what I'm saying. I didn't want that. That's not. This cool. Is why Jalen Hurts is the most hated by fans because they hate him because he is the face of the organization. So all the fans go hate him. That's it.
Did y'all hear why they said that Jalen Hurts is hated by the Philadelphia fans? Because he's the face of the franchise. He's the face of the organization. He's the leader of the team. Now, what did Jalen Hurts do to the Philadelphia area? All he did was bring them a Super Bowl. So what if Shedeursanders was there in Philly? Would he also would have been hated by the Philadelphia fans? Jalen Hurts has no bad publicity. He's done nothing wrong in the public that I know of. So I'm curious, but I just want to bring y'all that to y'all attention. If Shedeursanders was there this year, if they hate Dylan, I got to get Dylan Gabriel out of my system. If they hate Jalen Hurts because he brought a Super Bowl to the town and he's just really a good stand-up guy. If Shedeursanders was there and Shedeursanders had a record of 3-10, do you think the Philadelphia fans would be hating Shedeursanders right now? They gave Jalen Hurts a 10 out of 10. But it's just something to think on. It's nothing major. But I did want to bring that to your attention. So that's something else we need to look at. I don't know why they hate him so much, but we're going to keep moving on. All right. So where is Shilo? Where is Shilosanders? So remember I brought up Shilosanders in the last live. Y'all know. And how you doing, Evelyn? Let me see him. Hey, everyone. Hey, 420 Jenkins, you finally got me. The Browns should get Caleb Downs with 6 pick, then an O-line with the 24 with free agency so they can get shot. Hey, you know we about to talk about this. And a veteran wide receiver, bring that Denzel contract over at 24. Hey, you don't thought that out, huh? You don't thought that out methodical. Okay. Hey, everyone. Hey, how you doing, Kimby? So Shilosanders, and you hold that thought. So Shilosanders, you know I brought him up in the last live. Shilosanders hadn't posted anything in 8 days on YouTube. And I think a veteran or a investor or a viewer had stated Shilosanders hadn't posted nothing in 5 days on Twitch. So once again, before the live, I did my research. I looked again on Shilosanders' page. Nothing new at that time. That was this morning before lunch. Then I checked social media. I didn't see anything. So I reached out. I contacted or I at Zyberg Sports and say, hey, I hope that you and Shilosanders is behind the scenes working, trying to get an official 40 run for free agency next month. Guess what happened in the next 30 minutes? If you don't believe me, just go out there. You're going to see my account under Zyberg Sports, what time I had posted that post. In 30 minutes, Shilosanders uploaded a video. So there's a video. So Shilo or his team has uploaded a video of him showing where he has been or was. I don't know when it was. I guess it's called Aspen Rock. I'm bringing it up for several reasons. Hey, how you doing, Q? Hey, thank you for that. Nothing but serious thought. So guess what? In the video, Shilo is being Shilo. He's skiing. I didn't know he can ski, but I'm not surprised because Shilo can do everything. Shilo can do everything. But here we go. So Shilo, in this video, him and his friends, they're going down the slopes. They're skiing. They're doing everything. Then guess what happened? Now, I got mad at Shilo because of this. The first jump of turnpike or whatever you called it, he landed successfully. When Shilosanders, and I'm being so serious, when Shilosanders went to jump over that second pipe, Shilosanders landed on his chest, his neck, and his head. And it's in the clip. So Shilosanders, I'm pretty sure he was hurting because after that, he says over. Of course, he was trying to laugh it off, but he was hurting. At the end of this video clip, I'm assuming he's going to a medical team or a medical personnel, and he's rolling up his leg. Now, Shilo recorded time before the pro day was 4.47. We just talked about all these metrics just the other day. So we know that time is very important, especially if he's trying to get picked up in free agency, especially with the Columbine being scheduled next week for the next 10 days. So he goes to his medical personnel. He rolls up his legs, and Shilo, he has a bruise on his right leg, right under the knee. So the gentleman is looking at his leg, and it's swollen. This is real. If you don't believe me, go to Shilo's last video. Shilo had, at that particular time, I don't know when the video was shot, but Shilo had injured his leg so bad he has a patella bruising where there's fluid up under, I'm going to say directly up under the knee. If you go down probably by an inch or two, and he had swelling there. Like I said, I don't know when this vacation trip happened, but Shilosanders, if you have been resting and recovering, I understand that. And if you, and we really thought that Shilo has been working behind the scenes, and that still could be true. But Shilo, there's so many prayers going up for you, young man. So many prayers, and I hope this was like a month ago or so, and you're okay. But I hope if you get that call in about 14 days or 21 days, that's when free agency open up. Shilosanders, you're able to run your best. You're able to work out. You're able to get a slot. I hope this does not impact your NFL dream for this year. Let me go to the Coach Prime is going to get. I hope this is an old video. I really hope this is an old video. As of now, the video was uploaded about 2:10. So we're talking about 4 hours ago. Nothing serious, though. I hope not. Now, the gentleman had stated that because Shilo had thought it was his ACL. And the gentleman said, no, that's not your ACL. The ACL is a little bit lower. But that knee, where that fluid was building up, it was right under that, almost, like I said, an inch or two underneath that kneecap. So I hope Shilosanders has recovered or get some type of treatment at the University of Colorado or wherever he is, or if that's an old video. Whatever the case may be, we still hope that Shilosanders is conditioning and strengthening his body for the workout that teams should be calling him for. Coach Prime, hey, Peter, I want to give a bit. I know. Shilo, all this praying that we doing for Shilo, and Shilo want to go out there. God, he could have. What? Here you go again. I guess you are subscribed to this channel. I don't know if you just come here to hunt us or to irritate us, but welcome to the room. A big old switch. Yes. Nope, it's not old. Are you serious? Do you know how soon or how recent it is? And I'll wait for your response. Because I know it was just uploaded 4 days ago, but I'm gonna say 4 hours ago, but I hope this wasn't this week. Now, if Shilo, I don't know, maybe this is his thinking. I don't know. Maybe he said, okay, I know I'm going to go I know I'm going to be picked up in free agency. I'm going to take one last vacation. I can see that, but I can't see going skiing and trying to jump over those big old pipes. I mean, the way that he landed the first, like I said, the first landing, he was successful. That second one, even Shilo admitted, he said, hey, I'm glad I got this helmet on because I hit my head on something. Shilo came down hard. Oh, God. Woo. All right. Well, VC Lee, I'm going to tell up your name, but you know who I'm talking about. I'm going to call you VC. If that's true, I hope. I tell you what I'm going to do. Give me 1 second. It's nothing else I can say. Shilosanders, if this is true, Shilosanders has injured his knee 21 days before the combine. Let's put it out there. Give me 1 second, investors. I know who my audience is. Let me see how long does it take for a patella tendon to heal. And then we'll move forward. Patella tendon to recovery. Investors and viewers, let's hope this is not the case. And this was not the news I wanted to report it on. I really go say, hey, Shilo has not been on social media. Shilosanders has not been on Twitch. Shilosanders is behind the scenes working out because he knows he's got a call. Based off this right here. Now, what AI has given me, it says torn. So what I'm giving you, this is real. I'm just looking this up, okay? It says torn. I don't think it's torn, but it is bruised. But a torn patella tendon recovery is a long, extensive process, usually requiring surgery for complete tears, which I don't think it's a complete tear, but it is injury. with full rehabilitation taking 6 to 12 months. I hope I'm reading that right. I hope AI has reported the wrong time frame for recovery. But if this is real, if this is why, well, see, if it happened this week, I still don't know why. Well, it all depends on what you call a week. But before this video, Shilosanders had not uploaded anything in 10 days. So we shall see. Let me read a little bit further. Most patients return to daily activities within 4 to 6 months, but elite athletic performance may take 9 to 12 months. Let me take out let me take out injury. Let me put injury. Let's see how long that is. Investors and viewers, this is not good. Investors and viewers. Tendinitis, patella tendinitis, requires a structured long-term approach involving rest, physical therapy, and bracing with full healing. Often takes 6 to 12 months for injuries and 3 to 4 months for chronic tendinitis. So even if, let's say, he didn't tear his patella, and it's just that fluid, seems like this right here, because I saw the location of the knee. And anything regarding the knees, I mean, he's a safety, he's a DB, he has to have that mobility. He has to have that flexibility. Let's say if it's sore, it's still going to take 3 to 4 months for full recovery. God, they Shilo. God, hello, gang CEO. But you know what? I'm not going to jump to conclusions. We're just going to continue to monitor his social media to see if he comes out with anything. If he doesn't come out with anything around the 9th of March, I will be looking for and researching for Shilosanders has signed a contract with whatever team doing free agency. And there it is, Vestals, and there it is. Oh, my. He's never going to play. Oh, yeah, we shall see. We shall see. I disagree with that. Just watch. No team was looking for him anyway. That's not true. You know that's not true. If shedeursanders had to slide to the 5th round, you know, Shilosanders along with Jimmy Horn and LaJohntay Webster, they had slid to the 6th round. Who else? Jimmy Horn slid to the 6th round. BJ Green slid to the 7th round. Cam the Shark, he was undrafted. Travis Hunter, he was safe. Will Shepard, he was undrafted. A lot of players went undrafted. I think at that time when I was watching, I'm going to say at least 6 to 8 Colorado Buffaloes went undrafted. It's because of the collusion against shedeursanders. If shedeursanders had to slide 5th round, everybody else had to go, of course, in the lower rounds. But we shall see. And I am going to bring up Colorado at the end of this video. It's a conclusion, rest, and elevation. Let me see how long that recovery takes then. And I hope it says maybe, 5 to 7 days. A bruised patella tendon contusion caused pain, swelling, and tenderness directly below the kneecap, as I stated, often resulting from a direct blow or fall, which Shilosanders, he tore up that ground. I'm surprised he didn't have a bust-up face. It is commonly managed with rest, ice, 20 to 30 minutes, every 3 to 4 hours, elevation, compression, and reduce inflammation. Here we go, investors and viewers. Recovery usually takes 4 to 6 weeks, requiring activity modifications to avoid further damage. And the combine is 21 days. You know what, Shilosanders, I am your CU auntie, young man. And if I could get a hold of you right now, it was too close, Shilo. It was too close. So you know what? But this, I do have hope. Deion Sanders with his resources. Deion Sanders still being the head coach at the University of Colorado. Just like shedeursanders went back to Colorado. Let me put my hat on, Lord. Just like Just like Shedeursanders went back to University of Colorado doing the Cleveland Browns bye week, hopefully Shilosanders is going behind the scenes to get recovery also from the staff. We're going to hope and pray that that is the case. But even with a contusion, 4 to 6 weeks of rest, recovery, elevation, and ice. Whoo! Y'all. Let me tell you one thing. I'm so upset. Shilosanders just don't know how long we've been praying for him. But if y'all go see that fall, it could have been serious. So with Shilosanders just getting up from that fall, it could have been a whole lot worse. It could have been a whole lot. Shilosanders could have had broken ribs, broken chest, collapsed lungs. I mean, when he landed, he landed. You hear what I'm saying? He hit that ground. Even Shilosanders said he hit his head. Thank God he had on a helmet. After that fall, I don't know how long their vacation was, but after that fall, and this is how I knew it was serious, but he wasn't letting on for the camera. Shilosanders said, hey, I'm done. The vacation is over. I'm telling you, he said, I'm done. The vacation is over. The next thing you see, Shilosanders and his team, they're turning in those boogie board sleds or whatever you want to call them. The next thing you said, the guy said, hey, something. No, Shilo said, I'm gone. I'm leaving now. Shilosanders was in pain. Before Shilosanders get in that car, you see him going, he's talking to medical personnel. Shilosanders knew that something was wrong. Y'all, let's just send up prayers for Shilo and his recovery. But Shilosanders, this ain't it. This is not it, young man. All right. We're going to move forward. Woo! You know what? Y'all better start laughing at me. This thing. What if they get his weapons from Baltimore and Carolina? Hey, we finna talk about that. But before we talk about this, I got one more segment I want to talk about. But hey, Jerry Jeudy should be shaking right now. I'm trying to tell you. Listen, let me go ahead and tell you this right here. I've been doing my homework on the combine. You hear what I'm saying? Do you know how many wide receivers? I don't know if they're going to accept the invitations because they can get invited and still not show up to compete or participate. Just like Mendoza. Let's put it out again. Mendoza. Just like Shedeursanders last year, he is not participated in the combine. So I want to go ahead and see this heat. As of now, I'm not seeing no heat against Mendoza. I'm not seeing the same heat that Shedeursanders got for not participating in the combine. But Mendoza will be participating in Pro Day. Why is Mendoza taking the same approach to that NFL draft that Shedeursanders did? But he's not getting no slack, or no flack, or no hate email, or no hate highlights, all this stuff that Shedeursanders got last year, but we already know. But as of now, 47 wide receivers has been invited to this year's combine, and we're going to talk about that after I talk about this segment here. So you remember when I said before Shilosanders injured himself that, hey, we're going to start preparing for all of the narratives that may come out regarding Shilosanders getting that call from an NFL team, right? And it still can happen. So I brought up that, hey, if that happened, nobody can say that Shedeursanders and Shilosanders got into the NFL because of nepotism. And guess what, investors and viewers? I got my receipts. So based off research that I did today, guess how many sets of brothers have played in the NFL at the same time? Let me repeat the question. Guess how many set of brothers have participated or played in the NFL at the same time? Some on the same team, some on different teams. The answer to that question is 400 sets of brothers have played in the NFL at the same time. All right, Tony Talks Vested Up. Give us some more details. All right, here's just the name, I think 6 We had the Watts brothers for the Steelers. They played for 2020 through 2022. That's one set. McCourty twins, they played for the Patriots. They actually was the first set of twins to start and win a Super Bowl. All right, I'm going somewhere. The Griffin twins, we heard about them. That was the Seahawks. That was in 2018. We talking about modern days now. Nobody can say, oh, that would happen 20, 30 years ago. No. We talking about the last 10 years or so, okay? The Williams brothers. Guess where the Williams brothers We're talking about Quentin and Quincy Williams are playing today. Today. They're playing for the Jets now. They're on the same roster. So when Sanders and Shilo Sanders are... Let me get myself together. If Shilo Sanders is signed by the Cleveland Browns in free agency, that means that Shedeur Sanders and Shilo Sanders will be on the same team. Guess what? The Williams brothers is on the same team now for the Jets, so nobody can't say nothing. I'm giving you the receipt, Vestals. I'm giving you the receipt, Vestals and viewers. Okay, let me keep going. And then you have the Puntsy twins. Guess when they played? They played in 2021. Hey, see, these years are not far off. These years are not far off. And then we know about the Barber twins. So the Barber twins was probably, they was, about 10, 15 years ago. I remember them when I was, one played for the Giants and the other one played for the Tampa Bay. I'm trying to tell you, I've been watching football all my life, but I know it's been over 10 years. And they was awesome running backs. So guess who is going to be the next brother duo? I'm still going to stick to it, okay? Despite everything I just covered, I'm still going to stick to it. It's going to be Shedeur and Shilo Sanders. Shedeur and Shilo Sanders is going to be the next brother duo team for the NFL, and they will be 401. And you know what, Belsus? It just hit me. If they are the 401st brother team to play in the NFL, do you know that 401 equals 5? And Shedeur Sanders was drafted in the 5th round. I'm trying to tell you, I'm going to stick with that. If the haters love to throw it up, I'm going to throw it up too. That 5th rounder went to the Pro Bowl. First time in history, a 5th rounder quarterback went to the Pro Bowl in the rookie year. Let's see here. But I'm here. Hey, how you doing, Mina Lee? Hey, how you doing? He has the complexion of protection. Yes, he does. Like 20. Shilo not making it. Shilo can't come and take it. Let me tell you one thing. I know you was in here for the live, but let me go ahead and give you some cleft notes because, listen, before Shilo Sanders got injured in that Nebraska game in 2024, Shilo Sanders was second in the nation. I'm not talking about his conference, in the nation. We're talking about against the University of Georgia safeties. We're talking about Miami safeties. We're talking about Oregon safeties. We're talking about Ohio safeties. We're talking about Alabama safeties. We're talking about Auburn safeties, USC, Collar College. Shilo Sanders was second in the nation. So you may say whatever you want to say, but guess like they try to use them numbers and stats against Shedeur Sanders. You, whoever you are under that name, you can't defeat the stats that Shilo Sanders had. He was the second in the nation. Okay. They want Deion Sanders' sons. You know what? Every live, that list of my 10 toes down Vestals, well, y'all coming out. Y'all coming out. Yes. I don't think Shilo want to play in the NFL. Well, I don't know. And thank you for that comment. I don't know if this is your first time here, Coach J888, but I showed in a couple lives back, maybe 2 or 3 lives back, where Shilo Sanders, the week of the Pro Bowl, he was attending along with Shedeur Sanders. It's called the Stream Bowl. And I played a clip at the end of that video. It was about 30 minutes long. And I tell all my listeners and viewers, you have to watch these videos all the way through because it'd be some hidden diamonds at the end of the video. At the end of the video, Shilo Sanders went up to an active player. I don't know what team that young man was on. And he asked him, can you please put in a good word for me? And this was recent. This was the week of the Super Bowl. So Shilo Sanders, even though he may not be talking about the Super Bowl and going to the NFL and stuff, that is still in his heart. That's in his DNA and his pedigree. So he still wants to be in the NFL. He even told the guy, just give me 3 weeks and I'll be ready. So he said that. And then that's a video under Shilo Sanders' channel also. They hit Shilo on surface. I know. Yeah, we all called foul on that third game of the preseason when that Buffalo player 84. I don't know his name, but I know his number. I definitely could Google it. But He know what they were doing, and the NFL know exactly what they was doing. There is no way you have, and I'm glad you brought that up. There is no way an NFL player can have their hands around someone's neck, pushing them back 15 to 20 yards, and the ref standing there doesn't call a flag, a penalty, fragrant foul, none of that stuff. But the first and the only time that referee won't decide to throw that flag is when Shilo struck back and hit that Buffalo player, and we already know what the story is. All right. If you didn't catch that live that I did after the post Super Bowl, and if you watched the Super Bowl in the fourth quarter, in the last 2 minutes when the game was already over, there was a player on the Seahawks. His number was 29. I think his last name was Jobe, Jobe. Guess what he did to Stephon Diggs? Yes, Cardi B Stephon Diggs, after he has pushed him out of the sidelines, or he tackled him outside of the sidelines. Stephon Diggs goes to retaliate. Guess what this player did to Stephon Diggs? He punched him. Even the commentators and the announcers were surprised that the NFL and the referees allowed this player to stay in the game. If you don't believe me, go watch the highlights. His number is 26. His last name is spelled Jobe. He swung at Stephon Diggs after he initiated the contact outside of the sidelines. Stephon Diggs falls on the ground. He gets up, goes into 29's face, and 29 swings on him in the Super Bowl. He did not get ejected. I haven't even heard of a fine. Have I looked and researched? No, but he was not ejected the same way that Shilosanders was ejected. That's my point. Who is your best player? I don't know who his best player is. I don't think Shilosanders. Okay, I think he still wants to play. He punched him. Yes, yeah. Well, he swung at. I can't remember if he swung at, but he definitely swung at him. I don't know if he actually made contact, but they started to separate him. But still, a punch, because even Shilo, when he threw the punch, he hit him in the helmet. He didn't hit him nowhere. So they still consider that as a punch. And I think the NFL, if you make any type of swinging motions towards another player, you get ejected. You can see the refs watching. Yes, you can see the refs watching Shilo doing the scuffle with their hands. Are they flags after shot? Yes, immediately. So we call foul. Everybody call foul. Even NFL players, especially the retirees, they call foul on the NFL. They call foul on the NFL. So it is. Gotcha. Give me 1 second. All right, so that's Shilosanders' current situations. One VestedUp viewer has confirmed that it is a contusion, but it does not heal. It still takes 4 to 6 weeks for fully recovery, okay? So we're going to wish Shilosanders. You can only get ejected if you punch with a fist, open hands. Right, but 29, okay, maybe you just put it out there for everybody awareness, but 29, when he went to swing at Diggs, it was closed. And like I said, if he didn't make contact with Diggs, he made contact with somebody else because he was coming and he came. And he put his weight behind it. You know what I'm saying? All right. You can only, we shall see. And I may research that before the next live. But if anybody say, oh, Shilosanders only got in because he's Deion's son and he's Shedeur Sanders' brother, go ahead and ask them about the other 400 sets of brothers that have played in the NFL and ask them who gave them that nod or their approval or open up the door for them to come in, and they can't say nothing. Once you throw that number out there, because I was surprised, I didn't know it was 400 sets of brothers. It just like this viewer in here, investor in here, they gonna be quiet after we throw them facts out there, okay? Now let's go ahead and talk about the combine, and this is my last subject, investors. I'm gonna let y'all go because I want to tell y'all exactly. I need my music on. Just let me be honest. I just need my music on. You hear what I'm saying? Hold on. I want my music because this the good stuff. All right, so y'all know that the combine is next week, February the 23rd through March the 2nd. Hold on, this is maybe okay. Nobody ain't putting nothing new. All right, so that means I'm gonna continue. So shout out to the University of Miami. Out of all the colleges, from what I'm gathering, I don't know if it's the highest or not, but they had 10 players get invited to the combine. So shout out to the University of Miami Hurricanes. And Carson Beck was one. He's the quarterback. So these are the dates that I'm going to watch the combine. And based on what time it ends, I'm going to come back on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. No, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, depending on if I have work travel or not. But I will be coming back late those nights once I get my notes together. All right. Now, in terms of quarterback, I'm just setting the stage for you, and then I'm going to let you go, Vestas. In terms of quarterbacks, 16 quarterbacks were invited. Carson Beck, Miami. Haynes King, I'm watching him for a reason, for several reasons. He's Georgia Tech. I'm watching him. I want to see what his stats is because a lot of people compared him to shedeursanders and basically said that Haynes King was better than shedeursanders. Now, shedeursanders, of course, we know didn't participate in the combine last year. But based on what I see at the combine, I'll be able to call foul, lie, or validity to whatever Haynes King's results be. So we're going to watch him. I'm going to watch him. And I'm going to watch Georgia Tech. I'm going to watch Georgia Tech for a reason, okay? Personal reason, okay? Personal reason. All right, and then Mendoza, like I said, he's been invited, but he's not going to participate. That's already been known. And then you got Ty Simpson from Alabama. I'll be watching him. And we got Nussmile from LSU. Now, LSU, I will be watching them because investors and viewers, I owe you another very deep video on Kyron Lacy. I do want to do a follow-up video because as we know, he was lied on that year. About 2 years ago, the NFL withdrew that invitation, broke that young man's heart. All they had to do, since they have high-powered investigations, just reach out to the district attorney in Louisiana. Well, I don't want to tear that name up. And ask, hey, what is the current status of his case? Why am I bringing that up? The accident happened in December 2024. The police said that he was involved. Come to find out he wasn't involved. It was January, not even 30 days later, that the district attorney said that they was not going to file any charges against him. Why the NFL didn't know that? Why they didn't ask any questions and say, hey, Lacy, we heard that you're cleared. Charges are not going to be pressed against you. Hey, here's your invitation. We'll see you in February for the combine. That didn't happen. We already know his story. I want to take my time, do a great video for that young man. So for all of the players, even if I don't call their name in this video, I will be watching all the LSU players in honor of Kyron Lacy, and I will be doing a video for him. The champ is here. Hey, how you doing? This has been thank you. All right. So in terms of running backs, I'm going to be watching Faison from South Carolina, and it's a Navy vet. I can't pronounce his name, but I'm definitely going to watch a Navy vet. He's the only vet, active duty vet that I've seen on all the entire 319 combine invitees. So I will be watching him. We got to support our veterans. I'm a veteran too. So, hey, I'm going to support him. I'm going to see what his stats are. All right, now we're going to get to the gusto. In terms of tight ends, there are 27 total. I will be watching all of the players from the University of Georgia, Baylor, North Carolina State. Yeah, and I'm definitely going to be watching the players from Georgia because you know who has a connection with the state of Georgia? If you don't know, it's Todd Monken. Todd Monken was a coach there, and he won 2 championships with the state of Georgia. So we thinking that Todd Monken, once he get his feet wet in Cleveland, he's going to create that pipeline from Georgia to Cleveland. So we shall see. So I'm definitely going to be watching all of the players from LSU and from the University of Georgia. Yes, yes, yes. All right, in terms of wide receivers, let's go ahead and drop some names that may be replacing Jerry Jeudy as wide receiver ones on the Cleveland Browns roster. Here's a few names I will be watching for, trust me. And guess how many wide receivers have been invited? 46. But guess what, investors and viewers? There is another category, 2 categories that has more invitees than wide receivers. I'm going to get to those. Just hold on. So here's a few names. I'm not going to call all of them, but here's a few names I will be watching in next week, Columbine. If I don't, hold on. And this is Saturday, so I will not be working. So I will be glued to the TV. I'm going to be watching Aaron Anderson for LSU, Dylan Bell from the University of Georgia, Denzel Boston. His name has been coming up a lot. He's coming from the University of Washington, if I'm saying that correctly. And of course, Zachary Branch. He's also from the Georgia Bulldogs. Baron Brown, LSU wide receiver, in honor of Karen Lacey. I'll be watching him. Also from LSU, Chris Hillen, if I'm saying that right. He's also from LSU. Ted Hurst, he's from Georgia State. Eric Rivers, Georgia Tech. Zayon Thompson, LSU. And also I'll be watching Kobe Young from the University of Georgia. Jerry Jeudy, who? Jerry Jeudy 3. Jerry Jeudy 4. Jerry Jeudy is out of here. You hear what I'm saying? Jerry Jeudy is out of here. Just watch now. All right. And now here we go. Now, Tony Talk, you mean to tell me that there was two other categories bigger than the wide receiver category? Yes. Guess what those positions are? And guess what? Those young men in the NFL, high school, and college have realized how important this position is. And it's not going to surprise many of y'all, but I was surprised on the number that got an invite. We're talking about the NFL invited them. That's how critical this role has become. Besides quarterback, I'm going to say this is the second most important role in the NFL. In terms of offensive line members that was invited to the combine, 55 between 60 was invited. The wide receivers, only 46 was invited. The NFL invited 55 to 60. Now, if this is a normal type of numbers for this particular roles, I don't know, because this is going to be my first year. I'm going to watch the combine from start to finish regarding certain roles. But to me, that number is really good. And the left tackles, I'm going to be watching Monroe Freely from the University of Georgia. Micah, he's also from the University of Georgia. Rutledge, he's from Georgia Tech. And the one that they are saying that may go number 6 for the Cleveland Browns, I'm going to tear his name up, but I think it's called Magoa. I'm going to say Magoa. So that's something I'm definitely going to watch for. For all of them, but basically, I'm going to be watching all of them because the Cleveland Browns can pick up any of them in the Columbine, and I know they're going to be watching, and I'm going to be watching. So another category that's high in terms of number of invites is the D lineman. I understand that 55 to 60. I'm going to watch them. In terms of linebackers, only 29 linebackers are going to the combine. I'm watching all of them. The reason why I'm watching all of them, because that's where Shilosanders. I was going to look at the numbers, the height, the weight, and the speed, and compare it to Shilosanders. We did that homework about 2 days ago. Shilosanders. I hope you well. But I'm going to be looking at all of those linebackers. In terms of DBs, I'm sorry, I spoke too early. In terms of DBs, this way Shilosanders was going to fall at. It's 40 to 50 of them. So I'm going to be looking at all of those because that's where Shilosanders would have been, I'm going to say, gauged against in terms of height, speed, and weight. Okay, so I'm looking at the category heavy. So, and that's next Friday. So I will be doing my homework in the combine next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Investors, guess what? There it is, investors. I told you I was not going to keep you that long. Because guess what? Tomorrow is Friday. We're going to start the weekend right. And we have so much ammunition that when these crazy podcasts start talking crazy and start talking stats and this and that, guess what? We're able to get in them comments and roast anybody who's saying anything wrong against Shilosanders. Oh, no, Vesta. I got one more thing. Hold on. It just hit me when I brought that up. Now, you know, I put pieces together, right? You know, I like to do my homework and research, right? So I think this is why the University of Colorado lost, what, 31 to 30 or 33 players this year? There were 10 University of Colorado players that declared for the NFL this year. Out of those 10 players, we're talking about Salter, we're talking about Hodges, and there was another name they brought up. I think his name was Walker. Yeah, defensive end Walker, Hodges, DB Hodges, and of course the quarterback Salter. Yes, to be honest, I did think that Salter was going to get an invite, not based off his performance at the University of Colorado, but the other previous years that he played for Liberty. I say it really was worth invitation. We already knew that Pat Schumer and Rob Livingston, my opinion, was colluding against Deion Sanders and the entire University of Colorado Buffalo and their players. Destroyed it. My opinion. So out of all the players that declared for the NFL this year, all 10 of them, nobody got an invite to the combine this year. Not one player from the University of Colorado got an invite to the 2026 NFL combine. So this is why I think when the players realize that nobody got an invite, I think that's why they hit the portal. Besides the damage that Pat Schumer, who was Kevin Stefanski's mentor in Minnesota, what he did to them young boys and what Rob Livingston did to those young boys, I think that's why they left. After nobody got an invite, not one person. So, but some good news is Coach Prime has put together, I'm going to say, a very good recruit class this year on both sides of the ball. If you still love Colorado and you still want to support Deion Sanders and the University of Colorado, their spring game is on April the 11th. April the 11th. Will it be televised? I don't know. The last 2-3 has been televised. After their record last year, I'm not sure if it's going to be televised, but if it is, I'm going to come back and report on it, and I'm definitely going to be watching it. So I hate ending on that note, but this year, Deion Sanders, he seemed very promised. Of course, he's more involved into the teams. It seemed like he met with all the recruits despite all of the D threats, and you know what threats I'm talking about. It was talking about taking that young man, taking his, trying to do something to him. But despite all that, it seemed like we have some very good recruits, even from the University of Georgia, Deion Sanders. And y'all know who that, everyone have a good day. Y'all know who that viewer investor is that coming in here with all that noise. You brought up Deion Sanders about 2 lives ago. Deion Sanders have something for the collegiate football world this year. So watch out, okay? Investors and viewers, that's my timeline. So thank you. If you're coming into the room late, hey, I've talked about a lot of stuff. Talked about Shilo, talked about the combine. I'm going to be doing my homework. And hey, and that's it. Talk to us. I'm talking to you. So investors, that's it. Now, I will say this, and I want to say this. In my last video, my last live I did, and thank you to everybody that has supported that video. That video, I'm going to say this is my second most watched live. I ended the live with a certain number, and I'm going to say by today, I have almost doubled or tripled that number. So thank you so much for supporting my last live. Saying that, gosh, I just lost my train of thought, investors. But saying that, it's a lot of information in that video. It's a lot of information. Hey, you better not been sitting no laugh. You better not been laughing. But I'm excited about the University of Colorado. Deion Sanders, and I think that's what I was getting to. Deion Sanders has said that he has put a lot of work into recruiting every player. He said he has been involved in every recruit. So even though he lost 30-31 and Mario Miller, gosh, he left. Jordan Seaton left. Those was the heavy hitters. And of course, we lost some the year before that was kind of dear to us. Oh, and I also want to bring up now. You know what? Hold on. Unless I didn't write it down, there is another wide receiver I will be looking for or watching for. I think it's Friday. His name is Jordan Tyson. The reason why I'm looking for him, he used to be a Colorado Buffalo. Then he hit the portal and Arizona State picked him up. And when he played against Colorado this year, God dang, he had a point to prove. Okay, so I don't know if it was Pat Schumer he was trying to get back to, or whoever he was trying to prove a point to, but he was playing. His name is Jordan Tyson, so I will be looking at him and his stats and how he's participating in the combine this year, because he has played with Shedeursanders, and that could be somebody else that the Cleveland Browns is looking for. Okay, now they are projecting him to go in the first round, so I don't know if the Cleveland Browns is going to take him that high as round 6 or 24, because that's our numbers in the first round, but we shall see. But I will say this: the Cleveland Browns have leverage this year. If you don't know it, the Cleveland Browns have leverage this year. Tony Talks VestedUp, what are you talking about? Do you know how many picks the Cleveland Browns have this year? If my number is wrong, I'm only off by 1 or 2. It's 27. The Cleveland Browns, because they have leverage and Andrew Berry has been playing chess with these people and not chess, they got 27 picks. So I'm pretty sure Andrew Berry is probably already trying to figure out how to strategize. 27 picks? They can't even, they already got a cap. And that cap is hard. They got, well, y'all already know their financial situation in Cleveland, but 27 picks. So I'm pretty sure Andrew Berry, being the business man that he is, he's going to leverage some of those picks. And how you know, you never know. We may even get somebody in undrafted free agency, and who knows? Because a lot of players from other teams have went into has declared undrafted free agency. So we shall see. Colorado players look like when Shador, Travis, and company. They look like family. Yeah, they want to play for coach. If you're talking about the ones that stayed and the new ones coming in, I'm actually feeling that same energy. I'm definitely feeling that same energy. And when they said that we had acquired Boo Carter, I said, Coach Prime. Oh, that's what I was trying to get to regarding that viewer investor that like to come in here and try to say things, here and there, that wacky stuff. When he talked about Coach Prime need to stop talking and do more winning, I brought up real quick that Coach Prime has a mouthpiece that's worth millions. So think about what Coach Prime had to say to the young men that he was able to bring in and replace the talent that he lost. With some of the names that Coach Prime has pulled in, his mouthpiece is worth millions of dollars. Despite that losing record last year, I mean, it was ugly last year. But whatever he said to those recruits, he got them in to come in. All right, investors and viewers, I told you I wasn't going to hold you that long. I really have enjoyed myself. Thank you. Oh, it was a investor that came after my last live and brought up another serious subject. I'm not going to include it in this video. I did not get a strike on the last live, but I'm going to do a separate live probably Saturday morning or Saturday midday. I'm going to talk about that separate because I do want to give that my prime attention, and I definitely I want to bring back some good quality research on that. So I'm going to be addressing that on Saturday. Okay, you are investor. I have not forgot. Faith, you know who you are. I haven't forgot, but I didn't want to include it in this video. Okay. We enjoyed the video. Hey, thank you so much. Hey, if you haven't had the opportunity just to double tap that screen, just to say, hey, thank you for your research. Hey, thank you for the receipts. I want you to go out in them comments and just light them up when they start talking reckless, especially when they talk about Shilosanders and nobody wants Shilosanders. What? That's Shilosanders. What? That's that headache gang CEO. And I gave you his stats. I gave you his run time. I gave you his weight. So Shilosanders. Injury and God. Shilosanders. But Shilosanders, despite what we learned today, Shilosanders, based off his height, weight, and speed, he qualified. He should have been drafted last year, and he definitely should be picked up this year in free agency, depending on his knee injury. Okay, so investors, thank you so much. I love you. Thank you so much for the compliment. Investors and viewers, thank you so much. And I'll see you again, okay, Saturday. If I have more football information, I'll let you know then, but we're definitely going to be talking about something serious on Saturday, okay? So, investors, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Talk to you there. Thank you, investors.